Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Firefly Tarot. So I haven't done a monthly reading in a long time, and I figured this would be the best opportunity because I'm right on time for once in the beginning of the week. So this is going to be July 2024. So predictions and guidance to the best of my ability. It is a collective reading, so things may differ. I'm going to do my best to get some timing predictions if possible, but remember all of this is potential energy because certain things are not set in stone. So let's see the potential energy as well as opportunity. So I'll be looking into two areas: the energy for self, like your own spiritual growth development, how you'll be doing, and then any major events in the 3D if those do come up, as well as advice. Okay, so if you want a personal reading, the info is below. I just opened slots for July recently, and I'll leave that link below if you want a personal reading. So the timestamps are below. I'll show you each of the groups. We have here the four groups. The first one, group one, is angelite, the angelite heart. Group number two is our unakite owl. Group number three is the it's a sunstone palm stone. That's what this is. And group number four is the amethyst tower. I'll be using my handmade deck, the Child Tarot here, as well as the Writer deck. Okay, so take as much time as you need. You can pause, but whenever you guys are ready, I will see you at your reading. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number one, which is the angelite heart. We're going to first take a look into how you'll be doing, your energies and growth and everything like that for the month of July. Spirit, this reading is for group one. Please and thank you. What do they need to know, Spirit? Spirit, moving forward into the month of July, only July, what energies are coming towards our group number one in the area of self? What do they need to know, Spirit? Lots and lots of manifesting, group one. This is probably going to overlap with the area of the 3D when we look into it next. I am seeing successful manifestation, so this is really important that you I think that you utilize that potential. You can to take full advantage of this opportunity. So some ways that you could do this, I don't know if you guys have some recommendations for the collective, but I would probably recommend first and foremost things like meditation, affirmations. You can write it, you can speak it, you can visualize it. Maybe talking about it with people, just like kind of getting the energy and the excitement up. And I would say the bottom line though, as long as you are in a high vibration or in a positive energy for the most part, I think that it will be successful in terms of what you're manifesting. So that's really exciting. So definitely take full opportunity, like I said, or full advantage, I mean. What do they need to know else about July? A lot of it, yeah, I mean, a lot of what you're doing with this as well is going to be sort of like your hermit work. So this is the magician, this is the hermit, the loner. It does look like you utilize writing actually, because there's a journal right there, and there's a lot of self-reflection, there is a lot of meditating as well, and as you can see the sunlight, there is that positive energy, there's balance as well. Really, month of July I think is going to be it's like a star month for you. I think it's going to be very powerful. I think it's going to be very successful. I mean, inwardly for sure. I don't know what it's going to look like in the outer world just yet, but within yourself, it's going to be really key in terms of your spiritual development. So it's looking good, looking great, actually. Lots of things coming to the surface as well. There's already been a lot of hard work to get to this point, so I think it's going to also feel very rewarding. And as I say, rewarding, we have celebration. This is the sun card, okay? Lots of sunny energy here. So yeah, lots of feeling very proud of your accomplishments. And I do think that this is going to be bringing about some blessings and gifts for you, internally and externally. Again, we'll see lots of sunshiny, happy energy, feeling in control of things, like healthy control over your life and things like that. Wish fulfillment, Okay, so again, looking really, really great. 3 major arcana cards so far. And then another one, amazing, right? So we have the Justice card, balance. I think I said balance over here. I mean, what else can I say? You guys are doing great. Bottom of the deck, I did notice the card go. This is the Chariot, so you're just going to keep moving forward. The sun keeps following you, like that energy of the light, positive energy. Some of you are also going to be strategically trying to figure something out, I believe, as well. I mean, yes, most likely just within yourself, but also obviously within like the path that you were taking. It could be a specific goal that you have, a big goal that you have for yourself, not really sure what it is, but I think that there's going to be some strategy involved here. And there will be clarity too, there'll be direction. I don't know your best form of organizing your thoughts, but again, you can always use something like writing or just somehow organizing your thoughts. Some of you will also be kind of doing a little bit of decluttering, and that could be environmental. It also could be internal. So again, kind of just really getting your thoughts organized and cleared out. I highly recommend doing something regularly with clearing out energy. I just used sage this morning to just get out some of that negativity. Just think about stuff like that. I think it'll be helpful as maintenance. So far, the month of July, I really think is going to be a win for you guys. Obviously, things can go up and down because it's like, it's a long period of time we're looking at. But I think that overall, it's going to be very successful for you. So I'll get the external world next, but I just want to get a piece of advice. Can we have any advice at all for group 1? Another major arcana card. So we have flow. This is actually the temperance card. So in terms of the advice, just really try to move forward smoothly. Obviously go with the flow, follow your guidance that is surrounding you. Try to enter into this relaxed state. When you are in your flow, this relaxed state of inspiration and channeling, it works really well for you. You don't have to think too hard. You don't have to try too hard. You just have to really be and just kind of flow and dance with that flow. It's very natural to you. So I don't know if that sounds familiar, but that is, I feel, a big talent, I would say. That's one of your best skills and talents, is just to go with this. It's a universal flow, I think, is what's going on here. But you're really just like, I think, using it to your advantage and enjoying it and kind of directing it to your will, which is what the Magician card is all about. Yeah, really, really wonderful energy, group 1. So in terms of the outer world, let's just take a look if there's anything, if there's anything really specific for you. Spirit, can we know about their outer world? I think I'm just remembering how I used to split this up. I used to do self, love, and career, I think. So maybe I'll just do something like that to not get confused. Spirit, moving forward, what energies... Here's how we can do it. I just had to pause to write this down. So self, connections, and career. Let's look at connections next. So that includes love, that includes friendships, it includes family. Anyone who, like people, you have to deal with. Spirit, can you tell us, please, moving forward, what energies are coming towards group 1 in connections, dealing with people in the month of July, just in this month only, or month that's coming up. What do they have to deal with other people? I didn't really get too strong of a message with these cards, and they flipped upside down a little bit, so I'm just kind of curious here. I'm wondering if there is a connection that typically would be a little bit stronger in the forefront of your life, but for some reason in July it's going to be in the background. So for example, if you have a friend or maybe a family member or whatever else kind of connection, it just feels like it's seated in the background for this month. This is kind of giving me the same thing. I'm really wondering what's going on here. Spirit, what's the situation here? I don't know, maybe someone here is just really focusing on what they're trying to do, and I kind of feel like there's a disconnect. I'm really not getting a strong energy from here. Let me try it again. Spirit, moving forward into the month of July, what energies are coming towards group number 1 in the area of connections, any people in their lives? Yeah, I mean, I think that this, one of the reasons for this is just because of how strong your energy was looking for the month of July. I think that you're really focused on your spiritual path and you're in a very high vibration. So I would tell you that if there's anyone who does not match in your frequency for this month of July, there's a chance that it may not really mesh as much, and maybe you're not going to be spending as much time communicating with others who are just really not focused on that. I don't think it's going to necessarily be like a fight or a conflict or a falling out or anything, but it just feels kind of like in the background. Yeah. Spirit, what do we need to know about the aces here? So we have the High Priestess and the Hermit. Yeah, this is honestly the same thing. They're indicating that in this area of your life with connections, it's really not going to be focused on that. It's more about self. It's more about your spiritual growth, new ideas, new passions, new chapter. So if that's the case, is there any advice that you have for them in the area of connections? Anything at all that will help them or make their lives easier? Just be patient. Really just plant positive seeds and stuff like that. Try to... you know, really protect yourself from anyone's negative energies and just stay in your high vibration is really the continuing advice there. Same thing as before. There will be harmony for the most part if that's what you're kind of wanting. You know, if you just want to have peace with another person, that will happen. If another person is giving you negative vibes for whatever reason, I see that you're taking a step back. Because you want what's best for yourself this month and you just don't want to deal with any negativity. Any other advice, messages, or guidance for their connections area of life? What else? Yeah, they said something about really freeing yourself, becoming unburdened, and just having a detached sort of energy where you're clearing the way. I'm really not seeing anyone give you an issue in a way that's going to stop you from that power that we saw. So that's obviously a really good thing. Let me get one more thing here. Spirit, anything else that we need to know for anything having to do with their connections, social interactions, people, and the relationships? What do they have to know about their relationships? Now I think I have to change the word to relationships, actually, because I wasn't really getting a strong pull for connections. Let me do that. Yeah, sorry for, like, I guess, I had, like, I think I was just a little confused at the direction to take, but the self one was very strong, obviously. So we do have someone in your energy is kind of going through something. This could be a feminine energy in your life. I don't really do zodiacs, but this technically would be an earth sign. This is someone who I think is looking down and away from everyone else. They're trying not to really let something out, but I do think that someone in your life in the month of July is going through chaos. Maybe it's for the ultimate purpose of healing, I'm hoping, or maybe it won't even really bother your sense of peace. Not to sound, you know, kind of mean, but like it seems like you're really not affected by it at all. You're just moving forward on your path. I want to know about this person. Spirit, can you tell us who is this and what's the problem or advice? Well, to me, it looks like, so I don't know who exactly this person is in your life. It will differ. But this person looks like they're really turning away from you. And like I said, away from anyone, actually. And they're kind of trying to hide themselves. I think that this person, and they seem to be mirroring you a little bit, but they're not seeming to be in the same frequency exactly. This person seems to be really focusing on their pentacles. They want something better for themselves. They want abundance, money, something with a new career shift, perhaps, something like that. Some kind of blessing, but they're really hiding themselves. And I kind of wonder if they're using positive or negative energy to create this. But I kind of think that they're creating this like bubble that they're in. So this might be a person you're close to, or it must be if they're showing up in your energy. Is there any other final advice about how to deal with this or what they need to know about this? There's really not a lot you can do just because this person is doing whatever they need to do, almost isolating themselves, I think. How is that advice, though? Is that advice? Not sure if this is advice, but I would say definitely really protect your energy. I kind of feel like there's a little bit of, and what do you call, like, there probably is gonna be some sort of a tendency to run into some high emotions. I don't know if somebody here is like feeling kind of hot-headed or upset underneath, and they're really not communicating in a way that's going to be effective. It does seem like there could be a conflict, but if you are careful and mindful and aware and stuff, you're not going to get sucked into anything, and it really won't affect you based on what I already saw. So I'm glad I separated the categories. Any final messages about connections, relationships, and people? Yeah, be careful with your give and take. Really, really try to balance the energy that you put into the connections this month, because it's going to be kind of tricky to handle it. Just try to stay in light vibrations. If someone has anything to communicate with you eventually, you can give them that opportunity, but I think that this is more someone else's choice to come towards you and say, like, this is what I'm going through. Just make sure you handle the situation with love and compassion as usual, and everything's going to be fine. But someone here is really going through something like sort of more on their own. I don't know if that resonates. Let me know below, if anything, because that's just, I was a little confused. I was just kind of, I did that in a really weird way. Spirit, moving forward into just the month of July, please, what energies are coming towards group 1 in the area of their job, career, or if they're not working, it could be financial or something related. What do they need to know, please, for just the month of July, group 1, career, etc.? So things are still kind of going strong here. I think that there's going to be a continuation of doing whatever you were previously doing as you strengthen in your spiritual development. I think there will be, I don't know if maybe you're thinking of something, trying to like think of something powerful. Maybe again, you're planting some seeds here for your career path. That's what we saw before with manifestation. Anything coming towards them, obvious, or that they need to know about. Again, I do think you're actively trying to create these opportunities. It may not only be through manifestation. Obviously, it could be through you're asking for these opportunities, you're voicing stuff. And here, it looks like you're trying to come out of some type of difficulty in this area of your life, and you're trying to reset something. And it happens kind of instantly. So maybe this was only like a really, really temporary setback. What is happening with this Ace of Wands? It looks kind of like a new idea, a new passion, something that your guides kind of intervened with, and they said, here, this is for you. Let's just keep going with this flow and stuff. Anything else for career? Yeah, I mean, other than that, I think that it's just going to be moving forward. So they said essentially the same thing as before. The outer world is really not bothering you this month. It's just sort of going forward. It's there. It's not stuck. It's just moving forward in the same sort of fashion, and it's going to respond to you. So that is why your very first card of the entire reading was the Magician card. You get to manifest and to kind of direct everything, I think. You know, even if it's, I'm not saying it's necessarily only what we want, because there's a lot to it. What if that's not best for us? We don't know. But I think that for the most part, your will here and your power here is really directing the entire pathway. Anything else? Yeah, I'm not seeing any like crazy shifting with this area of your life at first, but it does kind of seem like there's a further idea you're going to have later on. Again, we have another Ace of Swords. I think we saw these two cards before, right? Yeah. So towards probably more the second half of the month, it does look like there's going to be a very specific idea you have for your success and for your whole career path or related paths. You're going to know how to get there. You're going to know what you're doing. You're going to feel very excited about the clarity having to do with this. Any other advice? Yeah, I mean, just try to not look at what you don't have. Try to not look at the negatives or the disappointments or the whatever. Really just try to uplift yourself from that, because that is a strong energy in itself, you know? Yeah, just keep moving forward, but really, really try to release anything that doesn't serve you. Okay. Yeah, just really focus on your new beginnings that you want for yourself. Remember, I think the key is to unburden yourself. That's what we saw before. You're really not letting anything hold you back. For some reason, this month is a new shift for you guys, I think, or it can be a new shift for you. So if you feel like this resonates, that's perfect. That means you're in that vibration already. If you're feeling a little doubtful though, please try to release through meditation and any kind of energy work, I'll say, right? Just really meditate, use your affirmations, use your visuals and stuff, and take full advantage, because this is such a powerful opportunity for you in this month. Powerful vibration for some reason. I just think it could be a collective thing, but it's a group one thing for sure. Okay. I guess I'll leave it there. I kind of got lost in my direction, but I hope that this was helpful. If you guys want a personal reading, I just opened the slots recently for July, so you can find that below. But thank you guys so much. Sending you blessings, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 2, which is the unakite owl. So I'm going to look into self, then relationships, like as in connections of any kind, and then career. So I didn't know that when I opened the video, so hopefully I get clarity here. Spirit, this reading is for group 2. Please and thank you, our owl group. Spirit, what do they need to know? Moving forward into just the month of July, what energies are coming towards them in self? How will they be doing, feeling, their growth? Unakite owl. It's an interesting start. So we have Child of Polynoses, which is the Page of Pentacles, the Labyrinth, which is the Moon, and then the 10 of Cups, or Imagination. Really interesting. With the Child of Polynoses, I immediately got a good feeling. It literally felt like a child playing in fall weather, like just a beautiful nostalgic feeling. With the Labyrinth, it looked like there was some mysteries to figure out, kind of like puzzles to solve or mazes to, navigate and whatnot. But then with the 10 of Imagination, or Cups, it just seems to me like it's happiness and harmony. So overall, I'm getting a really good vibe, but I'm just kind of curious. Spirit, what is the Labyrinth about? Another card with the Moon. So the month of July could be very interesting in terms of you discovering a lot about yourself and your path, as well as maybe hidden wishes or anything kind of hidden. And you would think that sounds a little bit scary, but I think that there's good energy here in this mystery. Kind of like that, yeah, like the excited childlike feeling of, ooh, I found a treasure chest, and like I dug it up and I found this mysterious box, like what's inside of it, kind of this excitement, I think. And so yeah, like there's this discovery and exploration for you in this month. Can you tell us a little bit more of the energies coming towards them in self in the month of July, please? Oops. Yeah, it's the same exact thing. Group 1 was similar. It could be a collective thing where maybe, I don't know, if maybe the month of July was meant to be a self-reflective month, perhaps, right? So we have the Hermit card here, lots of inner exploration. Again, we have the journal, literally, and there's a similarity here, sort of like a pattern here, where maybe you're meant to be doing some heavy writing. It could be journal writing, but it could be maybe even story writing, fiction writing, any kind of writing or reading as well. So there's going to be that element, lots of self-time, introspection, discovering so much. Like I see unlimited potential here. So maybe you're going to learn a lot about yourself this month. Yeah, I mean, well, with this one, it's kind of similar. You have three cards that show some sort of darkness, right? Monster in the dark here. This could be where you're discovering maybe some fears, but I think you're already aware of them because the way the placement ended up. I think you are recognizing this month, you're recognizing some of your fears that you've had. That was part of the exploration that you did over here. So probably what's going to result from this is I think a lot of you, maybe like half of you, are going to come up with a direct plan of how you're going to face these fears, because I was just seeing success here. So yeah, I think that a lot of you are going to make a plan. You're going to say to yourself, I've always been afraid of this thing. I'm going to, for this month and this particular date, this week, I'm going to face it. I'm going to just do it. And I think a lot of you are going to succeed. Now, the other half of you, you may not necessarily make that decision to take action this month, but I think in general you will have either a plan or an intention and it will move forward. But some of you, it's more like you just want to take that action, especially if you happen to be a fire sign. What else? Yeah, I mean, again, this is a similar vibe to group one, so I do think this is a collective shift, which it makes me very happy to say that, because it's very powerful. So here we have magic tricks. This is the magician. Oh, this is the devil card, by the way. And so yeah, with magic tricks, it's I do feel a sense of pride, that in a good way, like that literally you're proud of your achievements, you're proud of yourself, how far you've come, you're proud of your visions as well. Okay, can you tell us anything else? And then here, this is the Empress card, Mama. So completion is what they first said, and then they also said creation. There's also abundance here. So again, same thing, powerful month, lots of ability to create, to assert your power, to really understand yourself on a deeper level so that you could create this change. So with the Empress card here, I am wondering what kind of creation there will be. It just seems like the birth of something for you guys in this month. Any advice? What do they need to know for advice? This is nice because it's already saying the win. So this is a world card. Let's see. I think they actually said try to complete previous cycles before you try to start a new one, or try to complete the present path or journey before you start on a new journey. Something like that. I don't know if that resonates with you, but that does make sense. Maybe have try to have closure, try to close up the old cycles, try to close up the old I don't know, like goals or pathways, intentions and stuff like that. And then I think maybe that way you'll feel even more proud and satisfied with your achievements, and then you can be like, no, I have a clear conscience to move forward. So maybe that's something interesting. If there's something you kind of left hanging for a little while, it's going to feel really good to close up that chapter, I think, for sure. Yeah. Okay. Anything else about self? And then we'll move on to outer worlds. Yeah, I mean, I think the final thing here is just to take rest with the Four of Swords. Really take a lot of moments to just have this contemplation, meditation. You can have your little tea or coffee or something. No technology. That's literally what's going on here. I think that's so funny because I did this recently and it helped so much. I used to be addicted to scrolling through videos and it was just awful because I just would spend hours. And I finally had to cut myself off because I was like, my brain couldn't take it anymore. Because these things are addictive, you know, like, so anyway, I just did like 1 page of journal writing, had the decaf coffee or whatever, and just spent that time with that clearing of my thoughts, and it felt great. So I think you guys would really like it, and that's just something to focus on this month. So equally powerful to group one and the collective energy I'm feeling, but yours is like with this mysterious, suspenseful twist on it. You definitely feel like fiction writers, if you ask me. I don't know if all of you resonate with that, probably not, but it feels very exciting for some reason. Like there's a lot to still discover here. So I think it's going to be overall a good month for your personal and spiritual development. Now, in terms of the outer world, let's see if there's some important things coming through, advice. Spirit, moving forward into just the month of July, what energies are coming towards them with their relationships, connections, other people, anything that is out of the ordinary or that needs guidance, of importance here. Okay, yeah, I do see something here. Kind of looks like something is going to be a little bit back and forth. Can you tell us where is this coming from? Like, with whom is this? Kind of looks like there's a shakiness, like someone here is trying to decide, should I stay or go? Am I going to walk away from this? Is it worth the headache or the battle? Something like that. Can you tell us, is this involving a particular person that they're dealing with? The letter R or the color red could be of significance for some of you. Can you tell us what's going on here in the area of their connections or relationships? Yeah, it just feels like this rockiness a little bit. I don't know who this is. I kind of got, again, it's a very collective energy, like we're all sharing some similarities here. So we do have one other person that you're dealing with. Could be a family member, actually. If it's not a family member, definitely someone who feels like family, with the Ten of Pentacles there. So we have Queen of Pentacles and the Empress, two feminine energies who feel very similar. I am not entirely sure. I think for a fraction of you, this could be a feeling where someone feels like a little bit competitive towards the other person. Something where, honestly, I don't know if someone here likes to show off at times. It's really hard to say. Is there an advice that we need to know about this? It feels like someone here is trying to even copy someone else sometimes. Like, it feels way too similar, or someone's trying to one-up the other person. And it seems like there's this level of, not extravagance exactly, but someone's trying to be more so into the appearances of things. Could be like, what was the... I guess that was it. Kind of like superficial was the word, maybe. But anyway, a lot of you could be trying to figure out how much time and energy you want to spend with this person, or like thought and energy towards this person. And what's the advice? Maybe some of you, there's a child involved, or you've known them since childhood. There's like something with that card. What's the advice, please? If it's the opposite, it could be the person involved, maybe even they're kind of being up and down and hot and cold. It could be something like that. There's like an iffiness here, and even like a distance here. So the advice is, like, if you feel like you need to walk away from this person, go right ahead and do that. Again, I don't know if, like, sometimes I like to point out the similarities. Group 1 had a very similar message. The only reason why I point it out is because if someone happens to watch all of them and they're like, oh, you said the same thing, I just wanted to differentiate here because the energies are a little similar. I wonder if you know someone who picked that and you're like, oh, because it's sort of saying like, yeah, there has to be some distance for some of you. If you feel called to, or if you feel intuitively that you need to sort of walk away, protect your energy, you are being encouraged to do that. You are being supported in that. Anything else about this person? Yeah, it's exactly the same thing. I do think you're connected to group 1. If you happen to know someone, that'd be an awkward conversation, but it kind of looks like this is literally exactly the same thing. And what's weird is in group 1, it came through as the Queen of Pentacles and the Tower was together. And I'm just like, okay, very weird. So there could be a transformation going on. Someone could be going through something that's deeper and they really didn't want to show it. So that's why some, I guess, lighter negativity came through, and it's not what it seems. It just seems to me that, like, there's something deeper going on here that someone's going through, and they just really don't want to put that into the world. They don't want to show that into the world. And so it kind of comes off in this way of kind of the superficial way. What is the advice then? Sorry, what else? I think that your advice is kind of like to stay protected, like just to contain your energy, and to not expose yourself to this. And that's pretty much it, but that's only if it calls to you. You know, like lay low a little bit and just really, really focus on yourself and your positive goals, because you're doing great. See, they confirmed it right here. So that might be what you have to do. Is there anything else this month in regards to their relationships or their connections? Anything else coming towards them in this month of July with someone else? I'm not really seeing any disturbances otherwise. I think that you're just trying to figure out stuff of how to balance your life and walk away from whatever was really not working out for you. And I do think that you're trying to bring in some new energy and excitement, maybe even like social time. No one's here yet that's new, but that could be coming in soon. Can you tell us any final messages for relationships or connections for group 2? Yeah, it is on the way. So this could even be in August or so. Yeah, I do think that there's something more substantial, more committed, or something of a stronger foundation coming towards you, either towards the end of July or into the next month. So that is all they wanted to say about that. Really utilize this time, they said, for your own growth, and you're going to be happy that you did. It's going to pay off. Final message, Spirit, can you tell us in the month of July what's coming towards them in their career or related areas? Thank you. I think some of you are kind of tired of a lot of things that were either stagnant or whatever. There's a clear indication for me that a lot of you are going to be moving away from something that didn't serve you in this area of your life. Job, career, financial sort of path, like however that looks for you. It's going to really balance itself out. There will be a positive, peaceful energy after you've walked away from certain things that didn't work for you or it wasn't serving you. The energy will again pay itself off that you've done that, I think. Prior to this point, I am seeing that there was a lot of holding back of yourself for a few reasons, but this was not your fault. Either there could have been some subconscious influences or fears, which, you know, does involve us, but I think that there was a lot more going on here. I think this was an energetic thing. It seems like there was just some smog that needed to pass, and then when it does, you should be looking at a new opportunity in your career. So yes, I'm looking into July. I'm just kind of wondering about the timing of this specifically now, because the thing is, though, the opportunity is still kind of on its way with the fog here. So I do see a new job opportunity or an advancement or a financial opportunity. The timing is just very shaky. I can't see. But the advice, try to rise above your fears, your apprehensions, your uncertainties, and do not limit yourself. So this is a really good exercise for all of us to look at how we think on a deeper level about our ability to receive, you know, like for example, like if we have financial blockages or some things having to do with like self-worth, I think they just want you to know, like, really try to not limit yourself. And I think that something much better, a much better opportunity is coming to you. Anything else? Any final message? Okay, so yeah, with the Queen of Swords, this is just clarity. Something about like, I know what I want, I know what I don't want, I know what held me back before, and I'm really not at a place where I can entertain that any longer, and you're just moving forward. Here, this is the energy of someone who's really serious about, like, kind of like that phrase, like, they don't want to play games anymore, something like that. This is someone who's just so ready to move on and forward in their lives, and I think that's exactly where you're heading, okay? Do we have a final message for the month of July or advice? Yeah, like really try to celebrate the wins, try to stay in your positive, high vibration, just like a loving, joyful energy every day that you can. It doesn't always have to be so perfect and whatnot, but it's just to really gain, to really take full advantage of that opportunity and just have joy as much as you can. So yeah, jam-packed month for you guys, I think, in so many ways. I don't know if this resonated, but I hope that it did. I hope that it was helpful. If you guys want a personal reading, I've opened slots for July, and you can find the link below. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe if you found this helpful. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 3, which is the Sunstone Palm Stone. So let's see how you're going to be doing, your growth, your spiritual development, and then we'll see the areas of relationships and career, or just like anything outer. Spirit, this reading is for group 3. Please and thank you for the month of July 2024. Spirit, moving forward into just July, this month, the next month of July, what energies are coming towards them in self? Thank you. Everyone's getting this card. Definitely a collective thing. I think I do want to start doing collective readings, maybe shorts or something like that, just to get everybody's advice, because it's very similar. So we have the Hermit card here, the Loner. This one might be a different energy in terms of maybe you are literally spending time by yourself, like for different reasons though. But that's interesting to me because every group got that so far. But let's see how it differs here. I can feel it is quite different. So you have the 8 of Swords, you have the Ace of Summertime. In July, please. What do we need to know? I think you're already thinking of the next month. It's almost like you skipped over. And I think here you're kind of thinking about the future, something having to do with July and the fall. But let's see. Let's try to keep it contained here. Okay. Kind of a mix of energy, actually. I think in the beginning part, could be like the first week, maybe first 1 or 2 weeks of July, it feels a little bit more contained and secluded. So especially if you happen to be an introvert, I think that some of you, for some reason, it could be environmental reason, could be just your mood. It just seems like you're wanting to sort of hide away and replenish your energy. Again, if you happen to be an introvert, or even if you're an extrovert too, just sort of spending that time. Then once you get out of that phase of energy, you're hitting this completely new vibration, totally new. This could be within the 3rd week or so-ish of July, maybe 2nd and a half, something like that. And this is like a burst of energy. You're looking into the future. You're really thinking about everything. And with the Ace of Cicadas or Swords here, just like having a clear picture of things. With the Healer of Cicadas, this is the Queen of Swords. Same deal, just like really having a sense of clarity and voice, a sense of direction. You're speaking your desires into the universe. You're speaking your truths towards others. Even stuff like your boundaries or any kind of communication that you never got to express before, or maybe you held yourself back, which is what I'm seeing over here. This is a lot of holding back in every way. And then it shifts into like wide open energy, just letting everything out for some reason. I don't know what the reason was. It could have just been your spiritual development in general. Can you tell us anything else for the area of self? Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. Like, you just wanted freedom. You just wanted this new beginning, you know, to take full advantage and really have that courage and bravery is what they're saying. Is there any advice of how they need, of how, for July and how it's going to go? Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, really think about, now they're saying specifically, think about the direction that you want to go in. And that's okay if it's too overwhelming, if you don't want to think about all that. But they are saying that if you do, it is going to have a lot of success. I think because it's empowering to you. If it's not empowering to you, you don't have to think about all of it. But they're indicating that maybe you're even coming up with plans. Maybe you're writing down like a bullet point list of some things you want to get done. I'm not sure exactly what. It could just be like journal plans too, like journal writing. But yeah, they're saying that just by you having this sense of direction, it's really giving you a sense of success and power in your own energy. Any final message of self? And they don't want you to do this alone. I don't think the other groups got this message, but this is a reminder to work with your spirit guides, to maybe even like pray and meditate on things. Because there is something in the outer, like the universal energy. I feel like Spirit is trying to still teach you about something. This is the Hierophant card, the teacher. I think they're trying to really teach you, because you see how the card kind of fumbled twice, actually. They're trying to teach you something specific in terms of your own spiritual development. Could be having to do with balance, could have to do with your talents, could have to do with your positive light, something that needs to be unlocked in your energy. And I think it's really important. It's not here yet, but they're going to start to communicate this with you at any point this month, very subtly, and then the next month it might, or the next month or two, it could really blow open. That's all they're saying. It's very mysterious. Okay, so final message. The child of cicadas, just really keep your eyes and ears open for signs, synchronicities, and any kind of direction, in addition to your own sense of direction, because they're only here to help you, is what I'm seeing. Really exciting. Definitely unique, because it did shift in and out, and I didn't know where that was going to go. So the next thing we're going to look at is relationships, like any kind of connections. And then career. Spirit, moving forward into July, what energies are coming towards them with relationships, connections, anything having to do with other people that needs some advice or guidance. Can you tell us what's going on here and who is this involving? Okay, this is a little odd. What is this, please, Spirit? What is this? This energy is kind of all over the place, and they actually didn't even really give me a person, so I'm just wondering what is going on here. This is also a mix of energy. It kind of looks like some of it is hidden, some of it is like stuck, and it's really completely all over the place. What is the advice here? What do we need to know here? They're indicating there is a need for some kind of structure and balance in the area of your connections in your life, because it's not even like chaotic exactly, but it's reading to me as chaotic. So they're asking you to set some boundaries this month. There's a lot of differing energies. This could be yours. This could be the people that you're around. It's a lot. It's like bouncing all over the place, like those the pinball machine is what I meant to say. And they are just asking you to set some boundaries and have some structure. So for example, if it's something as simple as scheduling, instead of things being unpredictable, they're saying, okay, you might benefit from coming up with a plan to do this thing with this person, or like how you spend your time, kind of like time management or something like that. Again, like having some sort of structure. Can you tell us, is there any specific issue they're having this month with another person? Could be. Yeah, I think so. It does look as though there's one specific person. We have the Queen of Swords, the Moon, the Ace of Swords, and the Nine of Swords. Someone here in your energy has a lot to say. They're afraid maybe, or anxious about something. And in general, there's so much that they're still not saying in terms of what they really mean in their feelings. They're saying some other stuff though. I don't know if it's like necessarily negative, could be. But there's so much truth they want to say, but they're afraid to say it, okay? So it's a lot of energy though, like I said. What do we need to know? What's the advice, please? It's ironic because they're the Queen of Swords, but it kind of seems like this person really struggles with true communication. True communication would be truth in terms of like, this is what they're actually feeling or thinking. This is what they really mean versus what they actually say, that sort of a thing. Can you tell us the advice? Thank you. There's not a ton of advice other than like, try to be careful with high emotions this month. Try not to get triggered, I guess is what they're saying. If this person says something that you might perceive as like critical or negative, instead, it's the same thing as before. They're asking you to still set boundaries, but more so energetic boundaries, like with yourself. Try to stay grounded. If you know that you have to deal with someone that is sometimes negative, they're asking you to ground your energy. And I mean, yes, you can protect your energy for sure. But I think specifically grounding, like your root chakra, just feeling secure within yourself, because maybe this person has some mirrored anxieties and shadow energy that tends to trigger not only you, but really whoever they're around, I would say. So yeah, try to stay grounded, really be mindful of high emotions, be careful. It's like you have to tiptoe kind of sometimes. Anything else in terms of connections and relationships this month? Otherwise, I think it's fine. I think that this was only one specific thing. And if you are grounded, that's the biggest advice. If you're grounded and have some boundaries and expectations for yourself, and then you sort of, I think, implement that, I think other people will follow. This is just like one person, but the rest I think is fine. There's a good energy here. There's ground, there's harmony, there's security. So I think it's going to be fine. It's just this one thing kind of randomly came up. I don't know who that is. If you know who that is in your life, you can let me know below, but it could be different for everybody. Final message is about their career, Spirit. Can we have some energy for that? Moving forward into July, what energies are coming towards group 3 within their careers, please, or any related area? Okay. So I'm not seeing the Ace of Pentacles, which would be, for example, group 2. It's like they were leaving and then looking into some new opportunity. So for you guys, I actually see this is, interesting shape it's making. I think at first, for this month, you might be kind of anxious about something in a temporary way. I don't think this is like a debilitating chronic anxiety for the path that you're on. With the Fool and the Justice card, I think something is really rising in terms of the fairness of your situation. And what's happening here, you're trying to get the ball rolling for something new, something exciting, some better opportunity that was previously sort of dormant. And I think that you're really, what's the word, like advocating for this for yourself. So maybe as an example, you're trying to fight for like a better contract or a better pay or like something to that effect. And I think that you're really having a lot of energy behind this. If that doesn't resonate for your particular situation, it could be, you know, just like your negotiations with other people, even yourself, I don't know. But yeah, that's sort of what I'm seeing here. There will be a better chance for you, a better opportunity for you, whatever that might mean. And you are taking this very seriously. This is something I think you're really wanting, very passionate about. Six of Swords is a collective thing. We saw that in every group so far, that people are leaving behind really what was not working for them. Okay, so we have Six of Swords, Six of Cups, and the Moon. Now, this is an interesting sort of conclusion to this line of energy. With the Wheel of Fortune, it's just showing us that something is meant to happen here. Something was meant to unfold in your situation and align really well. It's very mysterious, though, but it is showing as a blessing of some kind. And again, alignment. That's a very important word for you this month. Can you tell us what's going on here? They're talking about your, I think your freedom and something. This is a way bigger message for you than just month of July reading. This has to do with your soul path. And I think that this has to do with you freeing your soul by eliminating burdens and expectations. When the Hanged Man card comes out, I see it's much bigger. It's like a full surrender card of surrendering fears, expectations, and even control for something that is greater out there that is meant for you. So that's a big message as your final message. So yeah, something is aligning this month in this area of your life. And although it may not kind of show up as this grand gesture from your 3D world. By the end of the month, you're going to really have a deep understanding of what your guides are trying to craft for you. It's going to all make sense. It's going to all become clear. Is there any final advice for group 3 in this area of their lives or anything else? Oh, that's interesting. You have those 2 cards again. What's the advice here? That's you and that other person. Okay, the only advice, and that's so random that they brought that back up. Your career is gonna be fine. It's gonna have a really nice, new and more fair opportunity. Could even be like something karmic, like something was owed to you. But things are going to be good. You just have to really let these pieces fall into place. Now, the final advice here in the other part of your life, there's a lot of figuring out that you are going to be doing or that you may need to do. Okay. I don't know if it has anything to do with this person and what you're going to choose to do there. But either way, I really see that you're deeply contemplating something in this clarity. And yes, it might have to do with this person. Not only the connection and the time you share and energy you share with this person, it may have to do instead with something that you guys usually talk about. It could have to do with your path. It could have to do with your future. So it's not just the relationship, it's the bigger picture. I feel like that's the phrase of your month of July, the bigger picture. That's what they're saying to me. Okay. I think I'm going to leave it there because this is like very involved. There's a lot of things going on. So group 3, yes, that's what I have for you. I really hope that this was helpful. If you'd like a personal reading, I've opened slots for July. The link is below. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe if you found this helpful. So thank you guys so much and sending you blessings. I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. Hey guys, this is the reading for those of you who chose group number 4, which is the Amethyst Tower. So let's take a look first at self. Spirit, this reading is for group 4. Please and thank you, Amethyst Tower. What energies are coming towards them in the month of July in the area of self? So just your own growth, spiritual development, mood, stuff like that. Okay, this is, at this point, again, a universal collective thing. Everybody's moving on from stuff that doesn't serve them. I love that message because basically we've cleared the first half of the year and we got a good glimpse of what is not serving us. And I think that this is the perfect opportunity for all of us to release what doesn't serve. And that is what I'm seeing you doing. You really are walking away from a lot of things. I don't know if it's only from stuff that doesn't serve you or it's more. Spirit, what do we need to know? In self, July, group 4. Well, this is nice. I mean, it's a really beautiful energy. Like with the kitty card, that's actually the strength card, and this forgiveness card is judgment. You can see the angel slightly. Like, I mean, I at first I was wondering, are you leaning on somebody or wishing for some kind of comfort in that way? With the forgiveness card, this is giving me a lighter feeling. So again, I feel like it's a collective thing, kind of an unburdening of our soul, or again, at least wishing for that, whether it's from yourself or it's somebody else involved. What's happening with self in this month of July? Destiny here, we have the wheel. So this is a little bit of a quiet message. There's a lot that's not being said here, group 4. It's almost like it's like it's guarded or even mysterious. What energies are coming towards him in self? I'm not sure exactly why that is. Let me see. I think at the end of it, this could just be because all of the changes that you're going through, and this month is, for whatever reason, or the next month in July, it feels like that makes sense to me. It just feels like this month of power, of focus. Group 1 got a really powerful message of manifestation. So we have the Emperor here, the Queen of Pentacles, and the World card. I mean, it looks good. It looks like wherever you were going before, kind of like a little bit of shaky road, Did you see how this completely evened out? This became more powerful, more structured, more controlled in a positive way. There's more abundance and happiness coming through here. And then finally, a sense of completion right over here. The Wind card, the World card, is giving me a feeling of hesitation for some reason, right? But it's in a good way. It's in a happy way. I think the best way I can describe this, it's kind of like we're traveling down this path and we have no idea where we're going, but we feel good as we're there. And we're just like, okay, let me just follow this path. Like, I'm sure it'll take me somewhere that I need to be. That's what it feels like. Lots of satisfaction. Anything else we need to know for group 4? So yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune card here, it does feel like things are falling into place. It does feel like you're listening to the universe, basically, as they've been trying to talk to you for some time. See? It's wish fulfillment. Yeah, it's again, wish fulfillment, satisfaction. It's a bit shaky because it feels like it's new territory for a lot of you. Kind of like you were trying so hard before. I don't know if this is true, but it feels like for some of you, you may have been trying so hard to make certain things happen in a particular way, but maybe it didn't, and instead you did it totally differently and it ended up working out, and you're like, wow, why didn't I just do that before? Like, why didn't I just have this energy or thought process before? It feels great to have this, kind of like that. It feels so new and so unexpected, but it really, really worked out to your benefit. Any other final advice for self in the month of July, how they'll be doing or feeling or anything? So we have the Eight of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. The final advice here, it does feel like there could be some doubts, fears, and indecision having to do with really starting fresh or starting that new passionate chapter for yourself with the Ace of Wands. This is your fire. This is your purpose, actually. They just said that now. This, see how it's like new for you, for some of you maybe, but this is your purpose, and you might feel a little bit uncertain about that, you know? This could be a new idea all in itself or a new vibe for you. So if that's the case, if you feel shaky about it, I do think you're being highly encouraged to just go for what makes you feel passionate. I think that's always good advice. And if you do feel indecisive, perhaps the advice is to maybe, I mean, it might just be to make a decision that feels right for you. There's no other thing to do there. It's just go for it. Just remind yourself that there's no reason to feel afraid. There's no reason to doubt yourself, because at the end of it, this is going to bring you happiness just by thinking about it and just by taking even one small step towards it. So it doesn't really matter how it's going to turn out because you're going to navigate with the universe. So really, exciting messages. Thankfully, all the 4 groups got some great messages for the area of self. Again, lots of potential and opportunity there. The outer world is probably going to look a little iffy for all of us sometimes, but let's see. Oh, wait. I'm going to use the other deck, but let's just see if anything out of the ordinary is coming up for you guys. Spirit, can we know just about their relationships, connections, moving forward into just this month of July? What energies are coming towards group 4 in their interactions with others, relationships, connections? What energies are coming in this category of their lives? Someone here is going to have great clarity, like an intuition about having to put a stop to a painful cycle. Someone here is going to really understand this. Can you tell us, does this have to do with a specific person that they're dealing with, maybe? Well, the only thing they're making clear is that this has to do with a burden and a very heavy cycle, a very painful cycle. So someone here is going to know intuitively, like, this has to stop. Can you tell us what's coming through in July in this area? So, someone here is moving on from something, if it really wasn't working, if it was heavy, if it was painful. Someone here is moving on from that cycle. And if that resonates with you guys, that means that the next step that you're heading towards is actually a new beginning and success, depending on your context of that. That doesn't mean only with romantic relationships. That could be with a friendship. It could be with like dealing with whoever is in your life, right? Only if it resonates that before it was heavy. If that's not the case, you can disregard that message. But either way, and for everyone concerned, as we move into the future, I guess the rest of the month, it's looking good. It's looking great. We have balance, we have harmony, success, the furthering of like this passionate energy, again, depending on if this is new or continuing for you. It's looking really, really powerful. It looks like somebody here is on your side. Somebody is rooting for you, okay? Or they will be. This might be a new thing for some of you, like I said. Yeah, like some sort of a mutual encouragement and guidance. Someone here is acting as a guide for you, or vice versa. What else is happening in this area of their lives? Relationships, connections. There will be a lot of psychic communication, I feel, for some of you this month. You and another person kind of talking through the ether telepathically, or within just the subconscious as well. I don't know how that works, but yeah, that's what they said. Especially because someone was not overtly speaking. I don't know if you were holding it back. Someone else was holding back communication. It doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be a deliberate thing. For example, any one of us could have a lot of information subconsciously and spiritually that we want to get out there, and it just isn't happening. And but that's actually going to be exuding from you. The communication will be there regardless, and that's going to be helpful to your situation, I think. What else? Is there any person they have to deal with or know about? Okay, any final messages about that? I'm not getting any other issues. It could be a general thing, but things are sort of just moving forward, and towards probably the second half of the month, I do see an uplifting spirit here. Like, again, it's like an unburdening, a fresh new beginning, definitely a spirit guide or angel or two coming through to give you a powerful message. They showed me like a, I mean, yes, it kind of looked like a light, not a lightning strike. It looked like a lightning rod, actually. And I do think that that's happening towards the end of the month, like second half or towards the end of the month. And this is really going to be uplifting and freeing for you. So yeah, other than that, they're not really mentioning any specific issues with people. Just like this is more of an energetic issue. If you had to deal with it, they did give some advices there. Now let's take a look at the area of career or related areas. Spirit, what is the advice, or rather energy? What energies are coming towards them in career and related areas? Thank you, group 4. So in this area of your life, you could be experiencing either a conflict with someone in the area of your career, such as like someone you work with, or it actually could be with yourself if you're having an inner conflict. This is going to show you perfect mirror clarity of the direction that you're heading in. So what is that? Yeah, they said it again, clarity. Because there could have been an imbalance. There could be a current imbalance within this area of your life, and they're showing you how to fix that balance so that there's better happiness and opportunity and stuff. So they're going to help you see that. Your guides are going to help you see that. The first advice they gave you, before any changes can come through, they do want you to ground yourself and to acknowledge your specific talents that you have as a person. They said that that's going to help you to figure out the rest of something, like if it's like a puzzle that you have to figure out almost. What energies are coming towards them in career? Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's really good. You're going to figure out something really substantial here, or even receive something substantial here in the month of July. I don't know exactly when, but it kind of depends on when this is figured out. So when you have that clarity, this will happen shortly after. So either receiving what's due that was yours, or a better, more secure opportunity, or even praise and acknowledgement. And that is a very uplifting feeling in itself. Something like that. Anything else that's happening or that we need to know? Yeah, I mean, you're just going to be moving forward. This is going to help you to advance. Whatever happened there, it's going to help you to advance and have more excitement and passion for what you're currently doing. If you ever choose to do something different, that's entirely up to you. You will have freedom to do that, as well as support. But make sure that the biggest message for you in your career aspect of life or finances, whatever, is make sure that you align with your passions and talents. They said that multiple times. That in turn is actually going to be what will create and manifest abundance the most, is your own energy and passion. Yeah, just like clarity, basically. I think that's pretty much it. They're showing clarity for you in the future. And with the Devil card, I feel like that's definitely saying something about don't restrict yourself, don't chain yourself to any one thing. So that's why you start to kind of think about the future in a broader sense. I don't know if others of you are kind of nervous to think about stuff outside of that. It may be even just to think about one small thing you can do outside of the scope of what you're currently doing, but it doesn't hurt to think about it, in my opinion. So that's what they're asking you to try not to limit yourself or really give into a fear of something, because if you ever wanted to do something more, you know, there's really no harm in just like exploring that mentally. Can we have a final message of advice for group number 4? Yeah, I think all of the groups pretty much got this. Like, we kept getting the 5 of Cups as advice. So yeah, the final advice for you guys is like, for you in particular, they're really asking you to count all of your blessings and achievements thus far. Because the 5 of Cups danger is thinking about what we don't have. But I think that as it stands now, you have a lot to, you know, pat yourself on the back for, you know, to celebrate just with regard to yourself and your achievements, or just like stuff about yourself and your path. So try to remember to do that. It is a nice boost of energy, but it also helps you to work with your guides and kind of you know, like work with that flow of energy. So group 4, I think I'm going to leave it there. I do hope that this was helpful. And if you guys want instead a personal reading, I just opened slots recently for July. The link is below. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. But thank you guys so much. Sending you blessings, and I will see you next time, okay? Take care. Bye-bye.